Welcome. You are watching BK Ranks. Most people think a $50 bouquet of roses, a box of chocolates, and a dinner reservation is a solid Valentine's move and a flex. But throughout history, some people have taken "it's the thought that counts" and turned it into "it's the billion-dollar monument that counts." We're talking about gifts so massive they required their own zip codes, and so valuable they literally cost people their crowns. We're talking about gifts so expensive changed the map of the world. Today we are counting down the top 5 most extravagant love gifts in history. And stay tuned, because our number 1 isn't just a gift, it's a billion-dollar tomb. Let's get into it. Number 5, the Mountain of Light. Starting us off at number 5, we have a rock so big it's called the Mountain of Light. That's basically a flashbang for your eyes. The Koh-i-Noor diamond, valued today at over $590 million, this 105-carat beast was presented to Queen Victoria in 1849 by her husband. The real romantic flex came when Prince Albert decided the world's most famous diamond wasn't quite sparkly enough for his wife, so he ordered it to be recut, losing 40% of its weight just to make it look prettier for his queen. It's been at the center of wars and empires for centuries, but for Victoria, it was simply a token of her husband's obsession with perfection. The infamous jewelry is known for wars, blood, and a legendary curse that says any man who wears it will meet a tragic end. Ladies only for this one. Number 4, the Castle Over the Water. At number 4, we're going to France, 1547. King Henry II didn't just buy his mistress, Diane de Poitiers, a house. He gave her the Château de Chenonceau, an architectural masterpiece that literally sits on a bridge spanning the river Cher. This wasn't just any castle. It was the crown jewel of French architecture, and he gave it to his mistress, while his wife, the queen, was left in the royal palace. Awkward. While the king's wife was left in the royal palace, his mistress was living in a fairy tale he built just for her. The estimated value? Today, well over $250 million. It literally has a bridge built over a river just so Diane could have a better view. Wow. It stands today as a permanent stone-cold reminder of a love that didn't care about the rules or the cost of riverfront real estate. Number 3, the Gardens in the Sky. Next up, we're going back to ancient Babylon. King Nebuchadnezzar II had a problem. His wife, Queen Amytis, was homesick for the green, rolling hills of her childhood. So instead of just sending her on a vacation, he decided to bring the mountains to the desert. In the 6th century BCE, he built the Hanging Gardens, a massive terraced paradise filled with exotic plants and trees that looked like a lush green mountain floating in the air. To keep it alive in the desert heat, he engineered a massive irrigation system that was basically magic for the time, all just so his wife wouldn't miss the view from her old window. This was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. In today's money, we're talking billions. That's a lot of effort for a missing home gift. Number 2, the price of a crown. At number 2, we have the ultimate all-in gesture. In 1936, King Edward VIII walked away from the most powerful job on earth, the British throne. He didn't just give Wallis Simpson a ring, he gave him his entire future as the King of England. Wallis Simpson was an American socialite who'd been divorced and was seeking another divorce. By abdicating the throne, he walked away from the wealth, the palaces, and the power of the British Empire because the world told him he couldn't marry the woman he loved. He spent the rest of his life showering her with the most expensive jewelry money could buy. But the greatest gift was the empty throne he left behind. You can't put a price tag on a monarchy, but Edward did, and he traded it for a wedding ring.
I have found it impossible to carry the heavy burden of responsibility and to discharge my duties as king as I would wish to do, without the help and support of the woman I love.
Romantic, isn't it?
Honorable mention, the Hollywood Wanderer. Before we reveal the absolute peak of romance, we have to mention the La Peregrina Pearl. Richard Burton snatched this up for Elizabeth Taylor in 1969 as a Valentine's surprise. This thing has a 500-year history, moving from the hands of African slaves to Spanish kings and English queens. It's so legendary that even when Liz Taylor's puppy tried to chew on it, the pearl survived. It's the ultimate symbol of Hollywood glamour and a love story that was as loud and expensive as the gem itself. Finally, at the top of our list, we have the gift that defined a legacy. In 1632, Emperor Shah Jahan was so broken by the loss of his wife, Mumtaz Mahal, that he decided to build her a home for eternity. For over 20 years, he employed an army of 20,000 artisans to craft the Taj Mahal out of pure white marble, enough for a city, insetting it with thousands of precious stones that glow in the moonlight. It's perfectly symmetrical, stunningly beautiful, and it was meant to represent the Garden of Paradise on Earth. The Taj Mahal is estimated to cost over $1 billion. It's a billion-dollar promise that even death couldn't end their story. It's a permanent "I love you" written in stone and jewels. So if you're feeling bad about that last-minute card you bought, just remember, the bar has been set pretty high. So what's the most you've ever spent on a Valentine's gift? Which one of these would you actually want? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this trip through history, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to BK Ranks for more of the most insane lists on the internet. We'll see you in the next one.
I hope in my